Good morning. This is Gary Walter. We're here with Mr. Benny Huff. And if you look around, we've got a lot of beautiful classic cars today. And Mr. Benny Huff is the organizer of this event. Benny, tell us what prompted this little idea of yours.
Okay, there was several things that come to mind. First of all, I've been good friends with the man that owns the club directly behind me, Fat Harold's Beach Club, for many, many years. I own 1% of it if he would pay me in what I've spent in drinks. But that's beside the point. He wanted to have classic cars in his parking lot sometime. I wanted to see if I could do it. I wanted to see if we could bring a group of classic cars to North Myrtle Beach and play in the sun and have a lot of fun. So we started. 11 months ago, we started working on this. We contacted police departments, sheriff's departments. We talked to the city officials of Bennettsville. We talked to the city officials of North Myrtle Beach, the police department. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you what. Uncle Benny is known from Thomasville to North Myrtle Beach by every police chief up and down Highway 52 and 9.
And Benny, I suppose they know you on this side of the jail, not the other side, I hope.
Well, you know what I said, when I went down to North Myrtle Beach Police Department, I actually drove myself down there, and that was very strange because in the past I had been driven down there. No, not really. We have a lot of fun. But yes, it was a lot of fun, and I have enjoyed what I'm doing. You know what makes these events so great? The cars are terrific, don't get me wrong, but it's the people that you meet that are coming out. They're spectators, they're bringing their cars, they talk, I had one of this, my dad had one of those. You get great friendships, you develop the friendships. That's what makes one of these events special.
Absolutely, Benny. Tell us about the route or the route that you took coming down from Thomasville and all the stops along the way.
Okay, well, we started from Thomasville. I left Thomasville at 7:40, and we went down Highway 109. We went on, turned on to Highway 49, over to Highway 52 South. We stopped in Albemarle at the Honda dealership. It was a great meeting place, and they were very hospitable. From there, we were on down to Addisonville. There we went to Sonny's private museum. Sonny has over 100 classic cars for his private collection, and he allowed us to view his cars. We did that for an hour, and then we were on down the road. We went into Wadesboro, on down to Sherrall, then down to Bennettsville, where we were escorted into town. Never have been escorted into town. Went downtown. They provided a great lunch, spent 2 hours there with them, and then we were on our way. We come through Dillon, we come through Lakeview, Nicholas, and then on to North Myrtle Beach. One of the gentlemen said, "Do you mean to tell me that we just spent 8 hours driving 200 miles? I said, "Yeah, but we did it real slow."
We did indeed, Benny. And one of the things I noticed on the way down yesterday, and I commented on it last night, all these little towns that we went through, it was amazing. The number of people standing along the street watching us go through. Did these little old communities have a heads up? Did they know we were coming?
We made sure that all newspaper, TV, and this sort of thing knew that we were going to do that. Now, not necessarily do you get coverage, but you get some articles. And I do know that there was some small articles written in different newspapers about the fact that we were coming through town. So that made it great. And you're right, there was a lot of people that were stopping and looking and viewing the cars as we come down the road.
You know, one of the participants on the way down, I was talking to him this morning, and, we were talking about the fact this was not a judge show here. It's just a cruise in. It's a fun day. People are still cleaning their cars up, making them shine. And one of the guys, he commented, he said, he said, my trophy in this event was all those smiles in those communities we rode through and the comments that he heard from the young kids and stuff along the way. But another thing that I noticed, Benny, if you'd comment on this, and I don't know what was going on, but it seemed like some of them thought there was a funeral procession coming through.
I don't know. I think it was the police escort. We were coming down the road, and we had cars pulling off to the side like it was a funeral. Somebody made mention, next time you do this, Benny, at least put a hearse in there and make it look real, But one thing I want to say. Now, I was asked, are you going to limit the cars, the age of cars talking about, No. Understand this. A 2011 Mustang in 30 years will be a classic car. Today it's a muscle car. And if we don't embrace the younger generation and the younger cars, who's going to take care of these classic cars?
Benny, thank you so much for your time, buddy. All righty. Once again, we're here at North Myrtle Beach. Right now, we're inside of Fat Harold's Beach Club, right here with the man himself, Mr. Fat Harold. Tell us your thoughts on the car show here today.
I think it's wonderful. I think it's the greatest thing that's happened to me in a long time. I've been wanting to see that lot out there full of cars, and that is a wonderful, wonderful idea. My hat's off to Jimmy and all the people that worked so hard to make this, and I am so impressed and so pleased. Another day in paradise is well worth it.
It is indeed another day in paradise. Harold, we're going to have to get you one of these hats like this one up there with a little hair on it. Let's see how you look with that thing on there, buddy. What do you think? He's the man right there, huh?
Uncle Benny might not like it.
Uncle Benny might not, because he don't have too much himself, does he? Harold, listen, we appreciate you having us down here, buddy. And
Thank you.
are you going to have us again next year?
You bet your sweet boopies.
I hear you, my friend. Speaking of Uncle Benny, Carol, come on in here, right here.
I've been in love for a long time. We've just been able to show it.
Yeah.
We
Carol,
both.
any comments you'd like to add?
This has been a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We appreciate the fact that everybody's been here. We really appreciate Mr. Fat Man. We love him to pieces. And we hope they'll all come back next year, because we're going to do this again next year.
This is my life's dream of just filling that parking lot out there with nothing but old shows old cars for people to look at and enjoy.
Absolutely. It's been a great day so far. And for those that don't know, this is Mrs. Huff, Carol Huff right here. She's the real brains behind this thing. Right here. She did the work.
You can believe that.
Once again, this is Gary Walter. We're here at North Myrtle Beach to the Fun in the Sun Classic Car Cruise. And right now I'm with Mr. Lee Phillips with Royal Purple Synthetic Oil. Lee, first of all, tell me, how did Benny Huff get you involved with this thing?
Well, that goes back a long way. I grew up in Lexington on High Rock Lake. I've known Benny for too many years, to tell you the truth, and I can tell more stories on him than he can me. Benny's been a very dear friend. We lived on the lake close to each other, kind of grew up with each other. And we've been involved in several different things. And it's always fun working with Benny, because you never know what's coming.
So when Benny organized the event, you know it's going to be good and you're there. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Now, if you will, Lee, tell us a little bit about your company.
My company is in a small town of Porter, Texas, right outside of Houston. It's a family-owned corporation. Dr. Williams, who started Royal Purple, was very instrumental in developing Mobile One when he worked for Exxon. He left Exxon under good terms and started Royal Purple, primarily to reduce friction in metal moving parts, concentrated heavily on industrial lubricants. His son came on board with a doctorate degree in chemical engineering, and they expanded into the other markets. Everything we make is a full synthetic. We make, if it's a lubricant, we make it. Rear end grease, transmission fluids, power steering fluid. We make marine lubricants, motorcycle oil. Dr. Williams has grown that company every year for the last 6 years to doubling its size. They started out with independent distributors such as myself. As they grew and could handle the capacity, they moved into Advance Auto, Pep Boys, O'Reilly's, all of the name brand stores. But you can still order it from me direct as a distributor.
Lee, listen, we thank you very much for your time. Appreciate you being a part of this event.